Working with Smart Notebook, that is what makes QuikScout Football unique, to be able to edit video and organize those reports and presentations, and you can then save them as notebook files. Let me give you an example here of what we're going to do. First, we're going to go into the editing side of the QuikScout Football program. So I'm going to click the Edit Video button. When you go in there, you can see that I've already got a game where I've edited 10 plays. So let's go in and take a look at it. So we've gone through here now and we've created 10 plays. We've scouted this game basically. And while we're scouting, we're putting the video markers in, the begin time and the out time, so you can see when the play begins and ends. If I look through a couple plays here, you can see I've already put in data for those plays. All right, so this is kind of what an edited video looks like. Now when you're done editing that video, we can jump out of here. I'll hit quit, go back to my main menu, and I can select one game or multiple games from my list and click video. Now I can do a search. In this case, I'm going to do a search of all the times that the quarterback ran the ball. And I'll go ahead and add it to my search thing, and I'll hit search, and what it does now is it pulls up a video where you can review those segments of those quarterback rushes, or I can export directly to my design program, which is where I'll create my presentation. All right, so if I want to, I can hit play here, and I could actually review these one at a time as it goes through and shows them. So you could stand up in front of your class, you can review them. But what's nice about this is that you can create presentations. So I'll go ahead and hit Design Export, and we'll give it a name. We'll go ahead and call it QB Rushing, and we'll hit Save. And now when I quit out of here and go into my Reports and Playbooks section, or my Design section, you can see that I've got the QB Rushing that I've just saved, and here are the 4 plays that go along with it. So now inside QuikScout Design, this is the place where you go in and you can create your presentation. We've already got our 4 video cut-ups, so now let's create a presentation around those 4 video cut-ups. And that presentation, by the way, is what we can export out to the Smart Notebook so that you can open those up in Notebook, you can put them up online, the athletes can actually download them and view them at home with Smart's new Notebook Express program. Let me show you how to do that. We'll go ahead and we'll hit Edit. What that'll do now is that'll open us up to page 1. So we'll be at page 1 of our edits. Alright, so in this example on page 1, I'm going to create a question. Alright, I'm going to use the notes section. So I'm going to drop down my type here and I'm going to select notes. And in the text box, I'm going to type the QB audible call versus a 50 defensive front cover 2 will be, and then I'll hit enter and we'll put a little blank in there. Actually, let me do this a little bit different. Okay, so now you've created a question, and if we want to show a picture at the same time, we can click the import button here. So we'll go ahead and click import, and we'll load up one of our images. Let's see, what did I say? A 50 defensive front. So let's go ahead and load a 50. So now we're showing our player what a 50 looks like. We're also showing them the offensive play, the quarterback running the ball, and we're asking them a question. All right, so that's going to be page 1 of our presentation. Okay, so once you've created your questions and you've got your presentation ready, you simply down at the bottom click Package Files. This is what we're going to do here. We're going to click Package Files and we're going to basically create a Smart Notebook file. It's going to package everything together and create that file. So I'll go ahead and click Package Files, and I'll choose Package for Smart Notebook. It's going to ask me for a name, and I'll go ahead and type something like, QB audible versus 50 front. And we'll go ahead and hit OK. And now what it's going to do, like I said, it's going to go through and it's going to package everything together and create one Smart Notebook file. So we'll let it go ahead and do that. And when it's finished, it will alert you that it is done. So I'll go ahead and hit OK. And if we exit all the way back to our desktop where the Smart Notebook file was saved, we can see it is right there. Okay, so we've got our Smart Notebook file. Now the first thing we need to do is you may need to go in, do a little bit of light editing on it. You may want to change the text, maybe move some things around. It's completely up to you. The way you can do that is by opening it with your own Smart Notebook program. Or you can go to express.smarttech.com and you can use their web application to also open a notebook file. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here where it says open an existing notebook file. And I'm going to browse on my computer to my notebook, the file that I just created, and that's it. I'm going to go ahead and hit open. And what it will do now is it'll open up that notebook file and give us some editing tools. Okay, so here is our notebook file. So we've got our page 1 that gets created, kind of like your preview page, your index page. We'll go ahead and click on the second one, and you can see now that it took our text, our graphic. Now this is actually a different notebook file than I had done earlier, but this is our graphic and this is our video, and you can see that it did that for each one of our pages. If you want to, you can kind of click on the text. You can kind of move it around if you want to change the font type, light editing that you may need to do on here. And when you're finished, you can just go to File and Save, and it will allow you to save that notebook file. So it's an easy way for you to do some nice light editing ahead of time. You can kind of perfect it if you want to. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close this. So now we're ready to actually upload it to our QST Sports Network website. Now before we do that, we have to zip it up. Anytime we put anything up on the web, we need to put it in a zip file so the web knows what to do with it when you click on it. And the way you do that is just simply by right-clicking on it, go to Send To, compressed folder. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And what it'll do now is it'll create a zip file on my desktop right here of that particular Smart Notebook file. Now we'll go back into the QuikScout football program. And we will click Create Reports and Playbooks again. This time we're going to go into the Tools menu. So we'll go Tools, and then we're going to go Upload Files to QSTSportsNetwork.com. Now, based on your user settings, it knows where your site is. So we'll go ahead and click Upload. And when we do that, we're going to be able to select one or multiple notebook files. So if you've zipped up 4 or 5 of them, and you've got 5 individual files, you can upload as many as you want to your website. First thing we'll do is we'll click Browse. We'll flip over to the desktop. There's my zip file, the one that I just created, and I'll hit OK, or I'll hit Open. And then I'll give it a description, and we'll just keep going with the QB Audibles versus a 50 front. And I'll hit Attach. And now if I wanted to do another one, I could just do that whole process again. And then when I'm ready, I can go ahead and hit Home. I can select where I want to send it. So in this case, I'm playing up against, let's say, Northwestern. So I'll upload it to that particular site, and then I'll click the Upload button, and that'll actually upload it to the site. So we'll go ahead and do that. Tells you that it's uploading, it's going through the process, and once it's done, it will let us know. Alright, it's done uploading, and it comes back and tells us that it's done. So we'll go ahead and click OK, and we will jump out of the program. Alright, so the coach can then pull up the actual website and make sure that it got uploaded. So if we pull up our website, we'll go to Scouting Reports, and I believe it was Northwestern. And on that page now, you can see that it created a little paragraph telling you what happened, and it gave you a link. So you could pass this link out to your players and say, okay, everybody go here, download this. So when a player gets there, they can click Download, and they would save it to their own desktop. And we'll minimize here and look at our desktop, and there's our one that we just downloaded. So now I'm a player. I want to go ahead and open up what Coach told me to open up and take a look at it. So we right click on it, we click open. We've got to pull it out of the zip, so we're going to go ahead and grab it. I'm going to drag it out of here, put it on my desktop. And now using that Notebook Express from my home, because I don't have a smartboard at my home, but using this Notebook Express, I can open that file and take a look at it. And there it is. So now it'll open up. And I can move on to play one, see what the coach look for here. So I've got my video. So again, I'm a player's point of view. I've got my video. I can watch the play. I see a play annotation here of what we're talking about. Okay, if the Huskies show cover one and we are in an open formation, the play called line of scrimmage should be, so now if I want, I can go ahead and answer it simply by typing. We go to 42 options, so I type that in there. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight it in red just so I know Coach sees it. Let's see. Make it a little bit bigger. Alright, so there's my answer. And if I want to, I can even, grab a hold of one of the brushes. We'll go red. I can draw on the screen if I want to. So I can kind of, it's almost like I'm doing a math problem and I'm explaining my answer here. Alright, so that's what a student can do. When they're done, we can go File and Save As and hit OK. And I'm just going to go ahead and put QB audibles versus a 50 front, and I'll just type answers. And I'll hit Save. So now it's saving that with my answers. Again, I'm looking at this from a player's point of view. I went in, I answered the coach's questions, I saved it. And what I'm going to do now is computer, and I'm going to upload those to my personal area so that Coach can see them if he wants to. So we'll go to Create Reports and Playbooks. I'll go Tools, Upload, and I'll hit Browse. Now realize what I did here is I did not zip it first. So let me cancel out. Get all the way out here. This is, let's see, this is my answers right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it and click Send To. Zipped folder. And there it is. So now if I go back into my program, create reports and playbooks, tools, upload. Now I'm going to click browse. I'm going to find my answers. And there it is. And I'll just type in there, QB audibles versus 50 front answers. We'll attach it. Now I'm going to find my section, which is under player portfolios, and I'm Tom Shaw, so I'll click that and I'll hit upload. So now I'm uploading my answers back into the site, which will then allow the coach to go back to my section. Answers. So it's a real nice way for people to exchange ideas back and forth. Coach can ask questions, coach can point things out. Students can download them, make changes to them. And this is all using that Express version of the Smart Notebook, which is available at express.smarttech.com. And that's pretty much how you can use the QuikScout football program to create notebook files, share them back and forth, and basically just make your team better.